Earth's human population is and has been growing exponentially since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, and with that, it carries a detriment to the environment to sustain this growth. If this trend continues, famine, disease, and large-scale death is inevitable. Before the Industrial Revolution, the Earth's carrying capacity of humans hovered around 500 million people. But with innovations in medicine, agriculture, and technology, we have surpassed the threshold to beyond 8 billion people as of November 2022, and is continually growing. Eventually, we will meet our carrying capacity if we haven't already. Ecosystem collapses in some parts of the world, increased acid rain, increased pollution, and human-caused global climate change all threaten our very existence and other species on this planet. As these graphs show, the time between population caps has shortened with each billion, but is expected to slow. Notice that 8 billion was projected for 2028, but was reached by 2022. So while global overpopulation is the biggest threat to the environment, it is also how we utilize our resources. And while many developing nations continue to grow, developed countries have either remained steady or decreased. Yet developed countries utilize more resources. The future of humanity lies in our innovations to overpopulation and resource usage. Likewise, we must continue to find more ways to gather resources in a more sustainable manner. Examples include more indoor farming, to use less water and land, switching over to electric cars, and fully electrifying our houses, public transportation, and eventually making the switch from fossil fuels to non-carbon sources, including solar, wind, geothermal, hydroelectric, and yes, even nuclear. Humans have innovated and adapted since our beginnings, and we will continue to do so again, or we will perish.
In human population demographics, age structure plays an important role. This is the proportion of the population at different age ranges. Typically, age structures are seen in the following patterns: rapid growth, which is pyramid shape, in which younger generations outnumber the older ones, and few of them reach an old age. These are usually found in poorer countries with few resources. Slow growth, while still pyramid shape, have a greater proportion of older generations than rapid growth, with fewer reproductive and younger generations proportional to rapid growth populations. Stable growth, which appears conical, occurs in countries with no growth or decline, as each age structure is relatively the same size. The last model has a question mark, as could either lead to an increase, stability, or decrease in a population. Based on this shape, it appears as if this population will decrease since reproductive age individuals outnumber the younger generations.
Now before you think, oh no, the world's going there have been predictions of mass population decline since the 60s. In fact, biologist Paul Ehrlich wrote a book called The Population Bomb, and in it, he writes that a mass famine will ensue in the 70s with little we can do to stop it. And this was written in 1968. Thing is, this never came to pass. And while it's important to apply the law of exponential population growth, meaning that exponential growth cannot go on forever, humans seem to have still found ways to grow with a limited resource planet. Nevertheless, there have been policies used to limit population growth, one being the controversial one-child policy in China, but this is now being phased out. Other countries have passed controversial laws to either increase or decrease population growth. And while it is possible that widespread famine could occur, it's so hard to predict. Finally, the population on Earth has had a detriment to our environment. Although agreements and legislation is passing to curb climate change, it's just not moving fast enough, and thus adds another layer of unpredictability. The best thing you can do to secure the future of humanity is to elect politicians who actually think climate change is real and want to do something about it. And yes, in the United States, there are members of both political parties who want action over this. So please call or write your legislators. Humanity has continued and will continue to struggle, but they have always overcome. So in our next video, we will be looking at community ecology.